going to go back to try and true sticking to that teamfight style.
You need to have really good CC for this Skarner and Rumble combination, and they have that in spades. So much team fighting here drafted.
As we get into game one here, Elk and On looking for Gumayusi. Knight coming in from the side as well will land the abscond, abduct. Gumayusi still holding on to that flash. Crash down, locks him up. He flashes the ignite, sticking, and BLG strike first.
What offers as he goes straight for it. Faker as well. You know, it's one of the big things with T1 heading into this tournament. His lane phase was not great in the LCK.
Zace has to flash away. Shun looks for more, and BLG. The Grubs might just look for a smite on one here to delay the full stack. Carrier caught out, though, does still have the flash and the ignite. Locked against the wall for now. Trying to get away. The Unbreakable is not exactly that. On secures the kill.
The idea there from T1, because they had a nice stacked wave in mid lane. Oh, Knight going for a bit of a trade. Has his AD carry behind him.
Nice juke.
Faker unbinds his soul, dodges away from the abscond. Abduct owner coming in from the side as well.
Playing off the advantage they have with their laners, and they're converting it into the first dragon of the game.
Straight from even champion selects, and you see the smiles on their faces, the confidence there. They're looking at T1 decision right now. Do they just let Faker farm turret play?
Oh! It's Guma! It's at the Baron pit! I know it's the Grubs right now, but he always manages to steal it.
Whether it's a Varus or a Caitlyn, Guma's got the skill shots to get your objectives.
Beautifully done by Gumayusi. He's all to keep him locked down as long as possible. Zeus should be fine.
He's going up towards Mega as well. He can trade in. TP coming in. T1 have the advantage. The Gnar into the wall. On has no flash and only 200 HP to work with. Now that's nothing. Sent back to the fountain. Bait sealed. Out down. T1 find that.
It is just going to be the trade. Dragon for Herald, no problem. But I will say, Knight staying on this outer turret and getting the outer turret gold himself. Again, more money funneled into this Sylas. The Sylas that does scale so well.
Yeah, notice that, again, it kind of, while T1 did find that TP play, now they're behind in terms of TP. The arrow connects mids.
Zeus able to walk away for now. Shadowing Strike will get the stun. The Magnus Storm coming in as well as BLG look to collapse. Already they've locked up T1 in the middle of the meat grinder, and one has gone down. Zeus falls. Faker getting chased out as well, and Bin's flashing forward. Faker will manage to dash across towards the red pit, but Gumayusi does not have that same luxury. BLG find 3, all of them sitting on Elk.
A triple kill for the AD carry of BLG. A nice arrow to set up the whole play. T1 saw an angle to secure that mid tower and immediately get punished.
And BLG are so quick with it. Elk's arrow snipes him right out of the air after the 2 kills with the Herald. Immediately turn it into gold. Liquid gold here for BLG. They shoot ahead on the map.
So many
3
structures.
towers.
Beautiful multi-man ulti comes through from On with the follow-up as T1's forced to retreat.
And now the Impale's going to land on Carrier as well, and he has no place to get out of this, nowhere to go apart from back to the fountain in a body bag.
Best team in the LPL coming out firing on all cylinders. They are not giving T1 a moment to regroup at all. Faker now even under attack, he's slowed in the pit.
The TP is coming behind here as they look to try and turn this play around. Bin trying to get the damage down onto Faker here. Hit him with the harpoons. Faker dodges away with the Q3 and manages to live through the Leandries. T1 finds some semblance of hope in the bottom side, but BLG are not stopping their advance on top. Owner locked up with a Glacial Prison, and he's sent packing. BLG are ripping this map to shreds.
It is often a play that Faker, teams have tried to collapse on him on a side lane, and it's resulted in their demise. They're doomed the overchase of that star mid laner, but BLG don't care. They're keeping pressure on the top side. T1 members collapsed on the bot, but it cost them greatly as they lose 2 towers top.
And we're only 18 minutes into the game, and BLG...
Oh, shot comes in, then the arrow. That is sublime from Elk. He's 5-1 now. And it's just such a dominant performance for
BLG with a strong start to game 1. And while this game definitely isn't over, BLG have all the tools to secure the first game of this series.
The one to face check that mid lane bush. Shun still tanking up the Baron. It's at 9,000. Knight with the flank position. Glacial Prison hits, and Guma is down. BLG BLG use the Baron as a bait and immediately kill off.
They try and fight them.
So On was spotted as he walked towards that Razorbeak pit. The Baron down to 2,000, Knight on the front line, Owner trying to get it in. Base Shield goes in as well with the Mantic Storm's already locked up 2 members of T1. The Impale grabs 3 and they're burnt to a crisp in the river. The arrow has to be flashed away by Zeus, but BLG are taking everything and giving T1 nothing.
It's complete annihilation. BLG are going to try and chase him down as well.
Zeus able to jump across the wall just before he got hit with the Shadowing Strike, but now with the Baron buff on them, BLG can advance down mid. The TP in from Knight as they look to close this one out.
I mean, they're knocking down the inhibitor towers, the Baron buff BLG. The respawn time is still about 10 seconds. They're going to respect it, they're going to back away, but the damage has been engaged. Make sure that Owner cannot get into the pit. He sidesteps Faker's ultimate, and Knight is just, he's spectacular.
Faker's trying to get away from Knight, but the Knight wants the throne, and Faker's been pushed off it. BLG are on fine form today, and T1 just can't keep up.
The golden left hand of the LPL strikes down the GOAT in the side lane, and BLG will collect their 3rd dragon. They might collect the entire base before we see the 4th.
Knight has had an incredible tournament, and he's not going to slow down here in the finals. BLG have steamrolled T1 here in game 1. They're looking for another inhibitor, and they're looking for the game.
Guma, Yushi, Owner, and Kerry are trying to defend the arrow once again from Elk. It hits Guma! He's got flash, but he's still stunned up. The Impale comes out, and Guma falls under his own Nexus towers. T1 still trying to defend. Zeus doing everything he can to keep Knight away. But BLG continue to advance. The first Nexus tower's down. Faker's back up. Trying to find something out of this game, trying to find some defense against BLG, but the oncoming masses are just too damn strong. An arm into the wall. Baker's fate is sealed as he dives the backline and dies for it. BLG come out swinging and take game 1.
Rakan open quietly in the backline. That support pick wasn't locked in, and when we think about On's career all-time, this is his best champion.
It's his most played. It has a 73% win rate. He's battling against Guma.
Onto the biggest stage with the entire world watching. They get the
double knock-up already. Kerry is down to half HP. He's going to have to flash Guma. Yushi cleanses away from Knight. The chase continues. BLG flashing forward. The heal coming out. Guma Yushi now slowed by the Ash, and you can't escape the quiver of El First Blood again to BLG. Tick him over on here. It's a level 2 of his own. Shun coming in as well to bolster this attack. Zeus underneath the tower. Able to flash away, gets the double knock-up, and look at On. He's about to be turned off. On goes down. Shun almost falls to, escapes that final tower attack. Ends up towards the tower. You can actually see Knight using the TP here. Guma still no flash, no cleanse. The Grand Entrance going to get a knock-up. Knight flashes across the wall. Shielded Duran for the double sword, and now the Flame Spitter is doing a lot of work. Guma's going to be brought back with a veil out, but can he survive? Down to 100 HP. Knight, the battle dance for On keeps him alive. Owner still chasing, and he rips through Knight. Now Baker joins the party. A handshake from Carrier is one Bin did not want to take. Bin goes down as well, and T1 have 3 on them. On still only level 3, has the flash, has the heal. They'll get 1 with the smite. Handshake pulls On back, but he can dance out with that W, and he'll manage to get to the relative safety of this top lane tri-bush. T1 will find 2 grubs for their own as they forced BLG away.
Yeah, Zeus also able to walk up. He just barely got his level 6 on that Ornn, so
looks for that abscond. That Dot can't quite land the chains. Carrier and Guma Yushi pushing through the wave now. Paranoia coming out. Call of the Forge God is stopped. Zeus dashing forward. The shielded Duran for the taunt blocked by Owner. The knocker coming out as well as BLG trying desperately to defend the hero's entrance. Cancelled as T1 fight 2. Shun forced underneath this turret as well as BLG are walking away wounded.
Such a good play for T1. There were a few seconds left on Bin's teleport. He could not join. They forced the dive On, looking for any recallers.
I mean, T1 is sticking around. The TP will come through.
Shun already down. Bin walks into a scarred battlefield. He'll still take out Guma Yushi in the end.
Shun working away on it. See if Knight, how quickly Knight can push this bottom wave though for the Galio. Uses the Rumble ultimate for the wave, so they're just gonna make the call. We will pay for this with some tower plate money here onto the side of...
On this Renata, is he just walks in your face. He is not afraid, you know, as he has the mechanics to be able to outplay you.
Trade that Faker was able to get on him. Knight goes back to base, full heal, teleport out.
I mean, the important thing here is Faker didn't reset before TPing in, so he's at half HP. Does have the quickness stolen away. The Scuttle Grab will go across. On goes in with the quickness. Knockback with the Crescent Guard as well. Call of the Forge God coming down as the dive comes in. The hostile takeover. quick, swift exits back to the fountain for Knight as T1
locked them up. T1 will claim that Rift Herald in the aftermath as well.
BLG, very similar to how far ahead BLG were in game one, although obviously T1 have yet to take all of the towers we saw BLG.
BLG steps up, have to be a little bit careful there, so sacrifice the tower initially, and then as you said, they have the Rift Herald
from the side. We'll take a spear to the back for his time in the mid lane, but T1 just used the fact
the flank.
Zeus has got behind them here, brings the call to the Forge God. Paranoia, paranoia! Everyone's out to get you, Elk! He falls first, still has both his summoners. On's gonna dash away. The chase comes in by Faker, steals away the quickness. A hero's entrance from Knight just to defend his support. T1 though find one, and they'll turn their eyes towards the Drake.
Ornn and Nocturne, it is just too dangerous to step out onto the map, out in front of any of your towers, and as soon as they do, T1 close the trap shut. They get their extra kill.
Elk doesn't even use a summoner spell, and I understand why. Like, what's the point?
He's like, yep, you got it.
They see Faker here.
Been trading with Zeus. Quickness coming out as they look to be engaged. They find Faker. Still has the flash. Paranoia comes out. The Crescent Guard will keep Faker alive for the moment. And Carrier has a flank position of his own. Owner has the bailout on his shoulders. And Shun is already down. TP now invested from Bin or from Knight as they look to rejoin the fight. Elk goes down on follow suit. And T1 have been able to defend Faker. They keep him alive. Faker flashes. And Knight can't find him. T1 find four. Only Bin left standing.
Many have tried before, but Faker does not fall that easily. His team is quick to react, and just like that, 4 members down. T1 will secure the Baron.
BLG knew we are falling behind. We have to make an attempt at a pick ourselves. They try and go at Faker, but T1 pounce in response.
It's just the one player that is so hard to catch.
The Baron buff in the hands of T1. Walking up these towers, they just fall over in front of them. This series here, very likely to get evened up. The response in game number 2 for T1, taking back the Silas.
They are 12,000 gold ahead or thereabouts, and T1 advance on 2 lanes. Faker in mid has stolen away Elk's ultimate and has used it to great effect so far this game. Gumayushi has a masterworked Blade of the Ruin King alongside a Terminus and a Ginsu's. Look at Elk still about half an item behind. T1 continue to pile the pressure on. On looks for Owner, can't find him. BLG just trying to find some semblance of an engage, trying to find some way to break through the armor of T1 right now, and perhaps it's Faker that they want, but he dives back in onto Shun. Half HP now on the Xin Chao, and T1 just chipping away. That's all they need to do. They have the Baron buff for another minute's time.
Again, Baron buff and 6 grubs just solve so many siege problems. Arrow gonna get juked.
Flash was lost there for Carrier, but the damage is still being done. BLG's picked.
There they go.
Quickness, paranoia coming out. The quickness goes in. Gumayushi locked up here. His entrance going in as well as Knight looks for the back line. But already he needs to look at his own team because they are being ripped to shreds by T1. It was a valiant effort, but BLG find nothing.
T1 will strike back in game number 2 to even it up here in London.
Try as you might, T1 are on home turf.
Round of bans last game. Now we get to see the Kindred Galio combination from Shun and Knight. Shun is one of these players that has the signature Kindred as well as Nidalee. It was such a big...
Owner manages to stop it from happening. But Shun is looking for more. He flashes forward. Knight on the flank as well. Owner's going to flash away. Counter-strike out from Zeus. Not quite able to connect. And the shooter Durand with the stun. His first blood again.
The lane of BLG is also on their way. The wave is being pushed in mid, and BLG want to punish Faker.
Faker has flash, but the flash in from On into the pullback. Faker's down. On secures the kill.
We get to see some Blitzcrank value there. Goes in, immediately makes the play while Owner actually yoinked away one of the grubs. That's all you really need out of the first pack to at least put the threat of 4 on the second pack.
I mean, the good news from Faker's perspective is the kill went down to On. Bit of a mistiming on the Rend execution from Elk, meaning that he didn't quite have the damage to get the kill, so the Ignite ended up finishing it off. And Faker also didn't burn any summoners in that trade. He's now going to path up towards top, catch that wave as the bot lane of T1
that is growing in the early game.
So your sights on top lane as well. I thought Carrier was actually looking for a roam up towards top, but good vision coverage from T1 on that side of the map. It would be a...
Down towards the bottom side.
Beautiful reward there for BLG getting their first.
Boom. Flash hook from On, they look for more. Faker goes back in, but the hero's entrance will bring Knight coming crashing down. Faker down to 300 HP. Bin now has that flank position, and the Leandri's complete. Owner jumps onto him with the Bolt Breaker and is able to keep him away from Faker for the moment. Faker dashes across the wall. Carrier's life will be forfeit to keep Faker alive. Brings out the bailout, but falls immediately after. Faker trying to escape. Knight still on the chase.
So beautifully done there from BLG. As you say, they're not done yet. Still seeking Faker.
Oh, but he didn't spot him. He doesn't actually know if he interrupted him or not. He's fishing for him. He's hunting. He wonders if Faker's still here.
Now he's seen him. Where are you going to go, Faker? Already absconded, already abducted. Elk is on his way to try and accept this kill as a tribute to him. Knight comes in from the side and will make sure that Faker doesn't have the luxury of executing.
Renata ultimate.
Oh my god, I mean, this is such a crazy thing that's happening right now. T1 committed the teleport to the bot side knowing that that was their only option for a cross map, but Knight again got to bot wave and able to clear things out. T1 quickly adapt though, they convert their pressure. They're still more than happy with how things have played out.
Yeah, they want to keep on snowballing here, get the Rift Tail, keep on taking down these towers, open up more space on the map for you to position so aggressively with these blitz.
But BLG will use that pressure to push through bot. They still have the Rift held in pocket as well if they want to look for a tier 2 down here.
They should be able to get it, but they're going to lose so much in exchange. The bot tier 2 is going to be secured. BLG ballooning their gold lead now to 6K.
And all the towers are not equal value. The outer tower is 550.
Two worlds, they are a dominant team, and when they get a lead at 15 minutes, they have about an 88% win rate. And we've seen that so far at this tournament. Heroes entrance coming out. T1 trying to defend this mid-tier 1. Knight locked up underneath the tower, but he is damn tanky right now. And already, Owner is down. The counter Heroes entrance coming out from Faker. He stole one.
And there's so much extra power here on the side of BLG with all their money.
Faker steals away the equalizer. Bin puts one down of his own, but the rest of BLG are here to join the party. Outnumbered, outgunned. Faker falls in the side lane, tries to clear out.
The T1 can really put pressure down towards. So BLG, they secure themselves another pick. They're going to secure the Dragon uncontested, kind of as we expected.
Towards mid. TP behind. They're looking for the play. It's Knight who's locked down. The rest of BLG are trying to get into it. TP coming out as well. The hostile takeover used. Immediately locks up Bin, but look at the damage. There just is none. And now Shun is here to join the battle. Zeus tries to jump on top of him. Knight falling low. He gets the taunt though, and Bin's already on a rampage. Owner has to dash away. Guma didn't even get an opportunity to join the fray. And On doesn't want to give him an opportunity to leave. BLG 5-4, and Baron is on.
Problem is the damage. You highlighted it, Kobe. Knight was too tanky. They didn't have enough. And on the re-engage, BLG just to get back onto the blue side. But this game feels done and dusted. It's just a matter of how BLG put the final nail in the coffin.
Knight has the hero's entrance to join a play if it does occur. BLG, though, can just step forward. T1 really can't find an avenue to approach this next fight. On looking for the Hex Flash hook. Doesn't quite connect. Knight, though, doesn't have a wave in the mid lane. Could go across towards bot. The next wave's still about 20 seconds away from crashing into that mid lane inhibitor tower. And here's the engage. Knight locked up, tried to Justice Punch away, but once again, T1 are engaging on the tankiest member of BLG, and they can't find anything with it. That's a Fate's Call used. That's the hostile takeover invested as well from Carrier, and BLG shrug it off, shrug their shoulders, and begin the advance once again.
T1, and not much they can do in the face of this LPL onslaught.
They're in the regular season with the income of Wave, but to bring out the Kindred now once again, the TP flank.
Hook going down, cease and desist. They're looking to lock down Shun. Kerry already fallen as the hero's entrance will block Shun from taking any more damage alongside that for Lamb's Respite. T1 have lost their support, but can they find the fight? Zeus pops a stopwatch, doesn't have much mana left as Knight goes in for the engage and still lands the taunt. Gumayushi down to half HP. Zeus has already fallen as BLG continue to advance. Owner, Gumayushi and Faker trying to hold the line here. Minions pushing in. BLG are forcing T1 to make their final stand in this game. Owner goes in with a Bolt Breaker hooked in as well, the cease and desist. Silence Ultimate stolen away. A hero's entrance is followed by a second, but it looks like Faker's more like Icarus than any hero taking to the skies. Knight pops a stopwatch. T1 go pop. Zeus locked up towards the top side. Already 4 for naught for BLG as they are looking to take us to match point.
A convincing Game 3 victory from BLG. Team fight, it has sort of been the go-to approach from BLG in this series. They have easy ways of engage, they have good follow-up, and they've just got incredible scaling. Whenever you see Smolder and Ziggs, its ability to slow the game down and stall is so...
Cuts off by Shun and Bin. He'll be seen on that ward about now. Zeus gets the level 2 underneath the tower, flashes away from the grand entrance, but the damage continues to rain down from Bin. Shun tanking the tower. Zeus gets a bailout carrier, keeps him alive for the moment. That bailout will run out though, and BLG can look for a redive if they so decide to. Zeus taken down. Bin flashes away once
again.
Dive o'clock, the grand entrance goes down. Zeus is overheated and he's sent packing. BLG find their set. Bin jumps in, hops on, and Minion takes the highway express to get towards this Rumble, who goes overheated. Flame Spitter going down, but Zeus is going to go back to the fountain again. No escape for him. He tries to clear the wave, but in the end, he will be put in the ground by Bin.
Shun with a 300 gold lead over his jungle counterpart. That Ziggs is being accelerated so much, and Bin able to close that gold gap that had previously been built up in favor of Zeus.
On's on the warpath here, passes through mid, and T1 are trying to stick to that game plan of taking down the grubs to be able to snowball turret plate money and turrets later on. But BLG with so many early kills, I think that will be critical for T1 moving forward, since BLG have drafted really good late game for themselves. T1 are going to use these objectives, try and draw them out to you.
Follow up with the equalizer. You have Faker jumping in with the Abscond that duck just like this. Elk doesn't sidestep. Faker dashing forward for a little bit more damage, using that passive to its full effect. Steals away the Mega Inferno Bomb. Elk has to flash it. Faker takes the tower, and Elk just
does. Will be available soon. Zeus has the TP and the ulti available. TP available for Bin as well. Owner has found Jun.
On has flash here, will use it to get away. You knew the steadfast presence was coming from Owner. Stops any dashes in its area, so On has to burn the flash. Use the blink instead of one of Rakan's many dashes.
Knight too far away from the plate, now making his way down, but Faker controlling the river, trying to force On back. The arrow isn't quite going to connect, and that is looking to be 6 grubs for T1, so part 1 of the plan coming true,
Yeah,
Kobe.
Exactly. Even though BLG getting some extra early kills in the lane swap and in the side lane, T1 still. Let's see if they can actually get the 6th one here. It is actually kind of important to get the double Void Might spawn. Should be able to, no problem. Nobody around to smite steal. And they in the mid lane have the Smolder Versailles on top side.
Owner looks for Bin, he locks him up. Bin though with a great arm into the wall. Owner's gonna have to flash away the locket invested as well. Bin holds on to his summoner. BLG beginning to collapse. The Mega Inferno Bomb coming out as well. There's the arrow. Bin sidesteps it. Zeus might have to flash the wall here. Ono on that front line. Locked up with the quickness. He dives onto Elk. Yushi caught up. Elk falling low though, and the flame spit is enough to burn him down in the river. And now T1 begin to turn on the afterburners. Shun has to flash across, dash across the wall with the Ice Assault. Yushi can't quite get the dash down with the volley. Carrier though! He will not let you escape, and now On has to dance away with that grand entrance. Carrier looking for a little bit more. Yushi.
Play.
A massive play for T1. Owner setting things up by getting that collapse onto Bin. The follow-up from the rest of T1 as well, as BLG tried to collapse onto T1, thinking that they'd overstayed their welcome on the bottom lane, but they're able to turn the play.
Are making their advance through the mid lane. On and Shun in the pit. The Rift Herald down to 2,000 HP. Bin looking for that Nav as well. The Rift Herald still sitting at 2,000. That eye is open. T1
are that team this time around.
BLG trying to defend. Glacial Prism hits onto On. The arrow also connects. Bin dashes in. The Nar back. The hostile takeover makes Shun go berserk underneath the tower. And he pops the locket, but he will go pop first. BLG starting to turn this one on T1's heads. They found 2. Carrier has no flash, but Knight has 1 to chase. Carrier escaping on 100 HP, but On will not give him that luxury. BLG find 3 in the top side.
And just like that, BLG punish the aggression from T1. Trying not to lose any momentum, they set their sights on the top tier.
Area knows that one is going to be rough.
It's a tense situation. The gold finds itself.
Definitely the correct choice here with the scaling that they have available to them. 7-minute game ending, especially with BLG having Smolder plus a Ziggs. The reason why this is such a good pairing as the arrow goes wide, but Faker's still here.
Faker looking for that flank, will steal away the quickness from On. Gets the charm, flashes in, binds 2. Equalizer in the back line as well, as Faker is not off this earth.
T1. You think that the play falls short because the arrow doesn't connect, but Faker will find a way.
And then with the 6 grubs, with the Riptail, they immediately take the tower afterwards.
Look to try and take the fight. Shun has Flash and Smite. Elk now joins the battle, teleports in. Bin looks for Keria, lands the slow with the boomerang. Knight TP'd in as well. BLG are going all guns blazing into the battle here as T1 are hailing the retreat. On dashing forward, he's only at 300 HP. Faker eats the bomb and is taken out low. Mega Inferno bomb going in. Zeus will sacrifice himself for the good of his team to make sure the rest of T1 are able to escape. Afterwards, Ona couldn't quite get in range to engage any further. Faker's taken out the tier 2 in the top lane. Shun goes in with the Glacial Prism on there with the follow-up. Carrier though, an incredible hostile takeover puts on in his place. Ona tanking the tower. Glacial Prism stolen away by Faker as he dives onto the back line. Who else but Faker again? In the end he falls, but Guma is making Shun look like a pin cushion. Knight forced to flash away. Elk trying to put the damage down as well. He won't land it on Carrier. The fancy feeder out in force as T1 begin to push up bot side.
Yeah, T1 are taking another tower with the 6 zone and really accelerating this game and being able to get their Dragon Soul as well in a very timely manner means we are still on.
An investment of ultimates from T1. Mikhail's used, Carrier, flash handshake, pulls back Elk. Faker trying to get with the quickness onto the backline. Gumayushi unable to open up quite yet. Bin doing the damage onto Ona as well, but already Elk is down to 300 HP. On the top side, Shun is down. The equalizer out from Zeus will save Ona's life. And by this, they TP'd Elk into the mid lane. Has that Mega Inferno bomb. It's going to hit onto Ona. Faker able to dodge to the side of it. 3,000 HP now on the Baron as BLG advance. T1 have already got the Baron though, and BLG now have to begin to retreat. But the damage coming out from Elk is absolutely massive. Faker dives in, lands on Bin, grand entrance. Already locks him up. He wants to stopwatch to try and buy himself a second. Has the bailout taken on him as well, and he flashes. Faker survives somehow.
Vision on, doing what he can to find angles of attack, maybe even a TP flank, but he's been caught.
On locked up against the wall, pulled back with a handshake. The keeper's verdict finds him guilty. As the rift is Faker's hunting, and he's looking for him, and the flash forward. Xenos Peasant's Knight able to flash away as well. The hostile takeover but comes up short. The Gnar stolen away by Faker. Locks Bin against the wall and puts him 6 feet under. Shun next on the menu as Gumayushi begins to open up. Shun taken out by Zeus. The equalizer does exactly that for T1. It's going to equalize this series at 2-2.
The reigning world champions will not go down that easily. They will push us to a deciding game 5. They are going for it.
There's only On left to defend the Nexus. Faker steals away the Rakan ultimate. The defense is not strong enough, and T1 will bring us to game 5.
On the shoulders of Faker, T1 will go to game 5. There is no one like him, not on this earth. T1 take us to Silver Scrapes.
The arena talked about the damage, and I was a little bit worried putting all that damage responsibility onto Gumayushi. By bringing in the Xin Zhao, it does increase the amount of damage that they have. And we think about mid-jungles, it was kind of the story coming into the series about how...
Waves is going to get the first move, but Faker under attack.
Has no flash, just his punch gets hit. There's the charm as well. And Faker might fall first in the finals of the finals. Knight gets... members up towards the top side. Faker has the hero's entrance to come in from mid. On looks for the engage. The flash away is T1 disengaged for the moment. Ona jumping back in. There's the hero's entrance. Kevin gets the slam into the wall as On almost falls. He gets punched by Faker. And now Bin and Shun have to escape. But Zeus does not want to let them get away. The explosive cast knocks them back in the end. T1 will win the fight.
In a series that has been so focused on Grubs, in the game number 5, all 10 over him, not to mention all the extra gold, the biggest gold lead holder on the team. So much to know.
Carrier goes in, and down goes On. Carrier turns him off.
Secure the first dragon of the game.
And it is a very tall task here for BLG.
The pick potential is real, but right now Guma is just
going for it.
Oh! Carrier with a good Sephiroth present. TP coming in from BLG as they look
there he comes
to make the play. Spear rush forward by Knight, holding the charm. Doesn't get stunned. The charm hits Carrier. Flash forward with the counter strike. Carrier falls first as Gumayushi brings the feathers back and almost takes down On. Ona caught underneath his own tower, but he will fall even in the Cataclysm. BLG find 2.
The shoes upgrade. Lucidity acquired. That ultimate cooldown now for Knight will be so low. T1 though Looking back at the grubs, they want to get at least 4 for their Void Might spawn, despite a really good play there from BLG.
I mean, yeah. The bot tower falling means that there's a huge wave as well. Knight forced to catch it, doesn't have the TP, just going to concede it. As the bot side of the map becomes BLG's priority, Tier 1 going to be happy to secure the Herald and the top Tier 1 as well. No one could really gain hurt just on the mid wave as it's just cleared out by Elk and Zeus. But Tier 1 do have a tempo advantage here and they're looking to keep the pressure on top side.
Top side objectives have been turned so quickly into tower gold during this series. They're looking to do it again.
Knight's still working his way through that bot side. Tier 1 will now take it, then TPs to try and save the Tier 2 in the top side. Rift was not. Tier 1 do have the pressure advantage on the map. If they want to push in like this, they'll take a Tier 2 in the top side with 3 towers to 1 in their favor.
He doesn't have TP and he's on the top side of the map. They will spot out Faker as Bin and Zeus go back and forth on the trades, but you're seeing how effective this Gragas is.
Cosmic Drive Fimbulwinter is doing a lot of work here. They get the knockback as well. Carrier with the steadfast presence position is here to try and help out his top laner. That Fimbulwinter Cosmic Drive
always keep you at arm's length or belly's length in his case. Meanwhile, Knight did end up finishing off.
Time to do so. Pings coming down from the side of T1 of the bot side jungle.
Zeus finds On, Shadowing Strike going in, the crash down as well. Bin looking for the follow-up here onto Zeus, the hero's entrance, and On just oversteps. Gumayushi sends him back to the fountain, and now BLG have to play a 4v5 if they want to try and contest. I think their decision will be not to. They'll just back away, clear out their own jungle, but On went in on Zeus, and T1 immediately collapsed.
Again, T1, they're so confident, and we're like, they've got the Galio ult to back them up. Zeus is mounting pressure facing them.
You can feel as well, just kind of on the map, how T1 is.
Region that have supported you through thick and thin. And
Ona, very close here.
Pressure on you, Shadowing Strike going wide. Shun tries to dash across the wall, but immediately he's locked up, goes in with the Cataclysm. Gumayushi pops the Feather Storm. Ona looking to re-engage onto On. Shun down to half HP. Bin gets onto the back line. Gumayushi cleanses away, but Bin has already put him in the dirt. Kevin is next up. BLG find 2. T1 able to back away for the moment, but the TP behind by Bin as he looks for a little bit more.
Oh, they go back in!
Faker flashes in, and down goes Knight! Once again, when you need someone, when you need anyone to stand up and show just what this game's all about, it's Faker! He finds another! T1
They had them on the run, but the turn from T1 was better.
The flank that comes in from Bin to follow up the engage from Jun, and crucially, you're gonna see a
Strike. Wait a second. Topside. Zeus under fire.
Zeus caught out, killer instinct in by Elk. BLG collapsing. 4 members strong. The hero's entrance.
Oh, Zeus!
Faker joins the fight. Elk with the stopwatch. Faker in the middle of them all, and it seems like death may have arrived. And his name is Faker. He's here for your lives. The rest of T1 begin his collapse. Faker's gonna fall as he pops the stopwatch. Manages to buy himself a second. Ona here to save his mid laner once again, and Faker still stands. He has ascended. He stands above it all, and he looks hungrily at that world's trophy.
The unkillable Demon King, unkillable one more time.
unbelievable once more. How does he keep doing it? I mean, with the Baron buff, 4 members dead, it's only Knight left to defend his base, his crumbling kingdom at the hands of T1. An inhibitor will fall, and T1 set their sights on the Nexus.
Knight goes in with the Spirit Rush, lands the charm as well. The first Nexus tower's fallen, and T1 are just looking for the prize. They're hungry for it. T1 are the past, the present, and the future. A new era, the same empire. T1 are your 2020.
Baker said, "This one's for you."
I think it's a little bit for them as well.
A little bit.
Just unbelievable, truly unbelievable. An incredible run.